It's a carb crash. You're just gonna be boogery all session. I had chicken pad thai the other day. I was so happy. It was nice and spicy.
Hola, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode 18. I hope everyone's doing well. How you guys doing?
Oh, doing pretty fantastic today.
Fabulous.
Congested, but okay.
Nice, nice. M9, people are floating.
Hell yeah, we are.
Yeah, it's because not everyone's in the call. I'll fix it.
That's all good. Yes, we're going to be missing a couple people. We might have a late magpie. We'll see. So, last week, our wonderful adventurers had experience of a lifetime. They got to experience fighting the Red Hand. During this time, as they fought and not nearly died. Well, maybe Warren. As the fight went on, the captain did basically go down as she was tossed by the demigod of the Red Hand. As he somewhat, in a way, celebrated his winnings, the ship began to change colors, almost more of like a normal wooden ship. Before she went down, she tossed some dice. the leader of the Red Hand, asks for those dice. And during this time, a familiar small creature was trying to help um, the adventurers by trying to cut the rope. Some realized it was the undead monkey. And then also, in the meantime, Nick's help as well. The others, the other pirates, decided to look on until something started happening, which all of them witnessed the Red Hand ship started disappearing. This gave the 7 pirate lords a motive to go forward. As they went forward to fight, the captain appeared, but not alone, as everybody saw a tentacle that she was standing on and went towards the Red Hand. She had a sliver of part of the weapon as she pierced into his shoulder as he felt pain. At this moment, the ship came back and decided to toss some of the crew aboard as it grabbed the demigod at its feet and flung him across the seas. As everybody got loose, getting ready to set sail to leave the area, 3 humanoids appeared, talking to the captain. And even during this time, the captain, I guess you could say, looked worried or hesitant and asked to join them later while they take everybody back to Feilu. During this moment, on the ship, and across the sea, you can see the pirate ships still battling, but some of them seem to be leaving the area, and some of the Red Hand are trying to get away. The captain looks up towards Meg. Well, let's get going. Meg looks. Captain, the one dancer is not moving. She kind of looks over to the side. It's mending itself right now. The captain looks over. She kind of squats down, pats the floor. All right. Let me know when you're ready then. She looks to all of you. It'll only take a few minutes or so, and then we can leave. And we'll head to Feilu. She starts to turn around. She starts to walk away from you guys. Look like she is going to head probably to her room, and then she stops. She sighs and looks towards the ships. You could see the 7 pirate lords' ships heading towards your way. Glenn announces about 10 ships the Red Hand has left. Maybe more, but it does seem that they're heading this way. Oh, this pirate lord. I know. She looks over. And they seem to get faster. A few minutes roll by and they're almost surrounding the ship, making a U shape. One by one, they ask for permission to board. The captain nods. And you see each of the leaders. You also see the Voodoo Queen. She smiles. I haven't had that much fun in years. We got to do it again. But there's a reason why we're all here. I am no lord, but I am the queen. She laughs. We all heard something in the wind. Do you all want to try to hear the wind?
You sent me, and we'll try.
Give me a perception check. Anybody else?
I don't think
I'll give it a
Victor.
shot.
I don't think Victor took her literally. As in, there's something in the
Yeah,
wind to listen to.
Sin's like, I mean, Sin. Prick is like, nah. What?
Look, we all know Nix. He's dumb enough. He'd fucking listen to the wind.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Fucking let's go.
Mhm. As you two kind of tilt your head just to kind of listen, the wind is blowing. But both of you hear the goddess of the sea and storms is born. That's what you both hear. The
Interesting.
captain looks around and she also rolls her eyes as she listens. Don't do that. But congratulations. One by one, the pirates' lords bow. Oh, please, no. No. The woman with the beautiful feathers and the hummingbird setting on her shoulder. She walks up. It's not every day that we get to meet a god. A goddess. The captain just shakes her head. My crew will follow. So will mine. So will mine, one by one, except for Sir Francis. He stands up, tall. But I will always respect you. But I have my own goddess. But it's good to have a goddess of the seas. He bows again. All right. Well, I have a lot of things to do. Little time, a lot of time, a lot of things I need to think about. This moment, she almost freezes in place, and she looks up. A moment of thought. She begins to whisper. If I am the goddess of the sea and storms and favors, and I revoke my true name, it will disappear and never be heard upon people's lips ever again until the time is right for this and going forward. I am the Spice Queen. Her head moves back down to look everyone. All memories of her name erased. Even if you remember, it's gone. No more. She is now going to be known as the Spice Queen, the goddess of sea and storms and favors. The wind dancer kind of moves back and forth. She nods. Well, all of you should celebrate victory. He's still out there. All of you have diminished a lot with the red hand. They nod. Bow once again. Well, we be praying. As the pirates laugh. They start to leave. One by one. Then you start to see their ships move in different directions, followed by their personal ships, their lead as they leave. The Spice Queen looks. All right, Meg. Let's take this by air. All right, Captain, Spice Queen. She just raised her hand. We'll talk about this later. Meg pats the steering wheel. And the ship begins to move. As it moves, you can hear the water beneath. And then all of a sudden, the ship goes in an angle and starts to fly in the air. Clouds surround you. As a fog appears. It is sunny. It's warm. If you look over, as the ship sails across the sky, even below, it looks like water with the clouds. If anybody needs me, you know where to find me. And she goes down below deck. The scene's all yours.
Well, who's up for a drink after all this?
I definitely am.
All right, well, I'm going downstairs.
Euphemia will follow.
Brick will follow as well.
Drinking time.
Celeste will also join.
I think as Victor's going down, he wants to resist the Spice Queen and try to think about her name as hard as he can. Just to see. Or does he even remember that?
That's up to you.
I think he knows something's off, right? Because he would have
Mhm.
known her name. So he's
I would
going to
say
think really hard on
this.
her name.
Yeah, I would say this, that during this time, people had just been calling her Captain. And it's been a while.
It's been a long time since we heard her
Mhm.
name.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't even know if I remember.
I mean, you can try to concentrate.
Yeah,
As
I think he'll try just because
You know what?
he can sense it.
Just go ahead and roll me a history check.
Okay.
This will be a high DC.
Not high enough.
No, you try to, like, as you're, kind of like going downstairs, opening a door, going into the familiar tavern. It's just it's almost like at the tip of your tongue, but it's gone. You just know her as Captain, and now the Spice Queen.
I guess he kind of scratches his chin and just continues to walk.
Mhm.
I guess when he gets there, he'll go and collect some drinks for everyone and kind of just put them on a tray and hand them out. There you are. Here's some drinks. So, what do you all think about all this? We have a lot to catch up on, I'm sure. A lot of questions.
Never thought that I would see someone ascend to godhood in my lifetime.
Yes, that's definitely a first. But I suppose, besides that, I did recall getting some eyes when I was talking to the what was his name again? The Red Hand Man, or skeleton, demon, whatever it was. Is there any pressing concerns there?
Well, one part of me is just like, I want to know what creature he is so that I can figure out how to kill him. Because if he is an undead, he doesn't, I don't want him to be around anymore.
Well, I agree completely with that. But in particular, I meant when the whole bit when it was revealed, when he said something about that I tried to pray to him. Not sure if you recall. I got some
That I do
very.
recall. I was gonna talk to you about it probably later if
No,
you
I didn't mind.
wanted, but
I didn't
if you
mind
want to talk about
clarifying
it
the
right now.
air if anyone wants to know.
You
Warren.
just kind of like, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. So Vorn kind of just like raises his hand. I think I already know. You were trying to get under his skin, find a weakness of sorts, maybe bait him out so that we could learn something about him.
Absolutely right. I was trying to that and trying to test the power of the individual. We didn't really know a whole lot going in. He was stronger than anticipated. I mean, he did technically kill the captain. Luckily, the captain was reborn as a goddess.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would have been probably flayed right there on the damn mast of the ship.
I did some brain of my own, kind of. Not directed at him, but about him, I suppose. Minerva said she would ask her goddess about this person. Anything to give us a bit of a, I don't know, advantage, if possible. And I
Was this when I saw you in the temple the other day?
Oh, well, that was you, wasn't it?
Yes, I was just making my round to the bath area.
Yeah, I thought I saw you,
I saw
but
you
I
talking with the captain, I believe.
yes,
Well,
the
the
captain.
Spice Queen, rather.
Yeah, she actually cleared some things up. Well, you know what's funny? That we were having a conversation about gods and how she didn't necessarily have a very positive outlook on them. So this must be kind of weird for her now.
It's just a lot to figure out if that's the case. She didn't seem too happy about her new station.
Not at all, no.
She seemed very reluctant to take it, I suppose. I'm not sure why. I would be exhilarated. But I'm not sure if she'll tell us either. She likes to keep her secrets. Which is why I think she took the name that she used to be called from us.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't remember it. I tried to remember it on the way down, but I can't remember.
Oh, and supposedly there's some Valentina that's now fucking with me.
What do you mean?
He says it as like a side note as he's looking for one of the drinks that's not alcoholic. A goddess of I don't know, doors and keys.
Why would that particular goddess be messing with you, like you said?
I don't know.
Even Celeste is looking at you, kind of curiosity. Curious.
I had some sort of like vision. I don't even know anymore when things happened or why they happened or when or where. But there was a vision of a door, and when I was at the temple, the symbol caught my eye, and it was distracting me. And there's something about this deity, and the captain kind of clarified who she was. So I guess now I have to do some research.
Interesting.
Yeah, not only do
you
I
said
have
it was
this
about a vision that you had, right?
something. I've been fucking riddled with visions lately. This lady in the moon that's haunting me, and there's this door and portals and keys now, and this goddess, and I don't know what any of them want or why, or maybe I just lost my mind. Maybe that's what it is.
You know, that's probably a possibility, honestly. I mean, considering the life, that I came from, this is completely different. I feel like I'm in this I don't know if it's a dream, a good dream, or a nightmare.
Yeah.
There's good things and there's very bad things, but it's all very different.
I've had a lot of nightmares that feel so real. I feel like I was in a whole different world before. I don't know.
Well, look at this now. We're in a ship that's flying through the clouds with a goddess at the helm.
As
Moving up in the
Victor
world.
says that, it kind of hits Brick a little bit like PTSD. He just gets kind of lost in thought for a second. A ship in the sky.
Oh. Hmm.
and it just makes that particular conversation they're having even worse, like thinking about being in a different life, and this has to do with the lady and the moon, and it's just like, what the fuck.
Are you alright?
Yes. Which one of these is non-alcoholic?
All of them are alcoholic to some degree.
He shrugs and
I
just
can-
grabs one.
Yes. This one, I think it's like I don't know what it's called. It's very light alcohol. You can have that one.
All right. He just takes it and chugs it.
You know what? I'm going to do the same. You know what? I was thinking, I really cannot wait until we get back to Feilu. I just want to feel something normal again. If that makes sense. Even if it means going and cutting down trees like we did before.
Yeah, everything just keeps getting bigger in scale somehow.
It's probably going to get bigger as we go.
Sure, but I don't think I'm definitely not ready for this. I'm not ready for the massive scale of this. Like we're meddling with demigods and gods, and I can barely protect myself. Don't get me wrong. Sure, I would like to perhaps meddle with this when I'm more prepared, but this scares the daylights out of me. I feel like fate is just dragging us around by our nose. We can't do anything to stop it or change it. We're just dragged into this massive thing that we can barely comprehend. There's no answers. Now, some of you, have faith in all this, and I suppose are all right with it. But for me, I like exploring it, seen from the outside, but to risk my life without having any sort of control it's a scary thought.
I think a bit of normalcy would be good for us for a little while.
I think so. Perhaps something a little more feasible, like this collective individual. We can go in and get rid of him and all these people trying to get Celeste. It seems something more immortal, like myself, can do at the moment.
Yeah, you know what? Let's
Dealing with-
talk about that for a second.
Yes.
I thought we were going to go to Abel.
Well, I mean, yeah, we have to, but I mean, if we can get some information along the way, lords and ladies, and he points at both of you, is there any way, based on your titles and your
Who do you point to?
at Victor and Euphemia and Celeste, I guess too, but she's on the run, so she can't do shit.
I was gonna say, because you only pointed to both of them, she kind of looks down a little bit.
She'll understand why as I'm speaking. There has to be something that your families or anything would be able to find out about, some sort of, I don't know, auction, right?
Potentially. I suppose an auction of that sort would be, kind of well known to those which have money. As a matter of fact, I could probably find out right now if I wanted to. I've been doing a little bit of studying.
What do you mean?
Well, with my studies, I can message anyone in the world, and they can respond to me, no matter the distance. It's a new spell I've been working on.
Okay.
Yes, essentially, I can. It's not that I can have. I can't have like a full blown, conversation, but I can get the gist of about 25 words or so, and they can respond in kind.
Right.
So I could potentially, ask my mother if she's heard anything about this, and she can respond to me about it. The only thing is, it's quite taxing on me. So I'd be tired, and I could do probably 2 a day, but that would tire me out greatly.
Hmm. And perhaps we should get our thoughts together at least. What do you
Yes,
think,
I
Euphemia?
think. Mhm.
Hmm.
What do you think?
In terms of what my family could do, I could look and see if my family has gotten invitations from the collective at any point in the past. Though if we have, I've never been told.
Right. I mean, I could ask Granny when we get back to Phalu, but... Or Silvara.
At this moment, Victor, a letter appears in front of you.
Ah. Let me open this up. This must be a response from my mother. Do I see the seal on it?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, wonderful. He'll pull out his letter opener. He'll open it up and start reading. I guess he'll read to himself first.
Okay, it says, Dear Victor, first of all, your father is still in torpor. We hope to release him in a week or so. I know he's going to be starved, so we need to be ready for that. The other part, this Cthulhu. Quite interesting that you came across it, because your father has mentioned this. He also mentioned that a woman was trying to sacrifice him and others. He couldn't tell me more because he said that his head is not straight. So hopefully when he wakes up, we can get more details. Now, this elemental queen, quite interesting. I'd like to learn more information if you could. But there has been whispers that this elemental queen has woken again. That she is technically, or how do I say this? In history books, she never claimed to be a god or a goddess. But she is the mother of all elements, where some of our powers come from. And if this so, then interesting. There's been stories of the reason why she slept. It was because someone very close to her perished. So in a way, she died with them. You kind of see a question mark next to them, almost saying that she doesn't know all of the answer. But I will be looking to more about this. I've heard of the Voodoo Queen before. She's quite interesting, the stories I've heard. I've heard that she's on an island that appears and disappears, and that her words are true. But this demigod, you kind of see the ink blots. This is very interesting. I will send word to our Navy, of course, making sure that everything is safe in our waters. But I did hear there was attacks more south from us. Something about the Red Hand. Don't worry, we will be all right. The collective. I've heard of a collective before. Think about maybe 7 years ago. A man came through trying to sell me certain items. Expensive. Wondrous items. Very magical. But at the time, I didn't need them. If you need any more information, I will try to dig through. And for you, my son, you keep well. And the one thing is, you did ask if you come back. You can if you want. But I feel this might be the need for you to observe, and to watch, to learn, and to see. Don't ever feel lost. But sometimes we do feel lost. And what happens when we do? Look up in the stars and follow the path. Love, Mother.
I think he would read all of that except for the personal tidbit at the end
Mhm.
out to the group, and then he would smile and put the letter into his jacket pocket. You would notice a noticeable pause where he was reading, where it sounds like he stopped reading and was just reading to himself. And then he would put it away. Well, that's the words from my mother.
Damn, the timing on that.
Yes, well, it's about
Yes.
time. I sent this like a day ago. Mother must have been very busy.
I wish your mother was more specific how far south.
Well, that's always a question I can ask. But the good news is we stopped the demigod, so perhaps all these, and I'm sure we drew the vast majority of ships when we fought them, so all of them are pretty much at the bottom of the ocean now. So perhaps with the decimation of his forces, it would be a very big setback.
More than likely.
Oh, well, anyways, that's a tidbit of information that we had. But we were discussing. What were we discussing? We were discussing um, the collective, going back to Felu, and then we were also talking about Abel. Remind me again about Abel. What we were doing Abel for Celeste? Is that
Yeah,
right?
it's the
Mhm.
closest town where she has to go.
Yes. From Able, it would take us 2 weeks, I think. About to get to this town. Is it a town or is it a city? She's kind of trying to recollect. Um, she's like digging through her bag, and she's like trying to pull out some information. Um, yes. Let's see. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. Um. Oh yes. So should maybe about take 2 weeks on foot, maybe close to 2.5. It depends how the snow is falling over there. But the city, uh, its name is Everfall Rose.
And a quick reminder: was this to find out more information about your town?
Oh, no, no, no. It's sorry, we have to pass the city, and we have to go to the very top, which that might take time of this mountain. So it takes about 2, 3 weeks to get to the city, and then probably another few days.
And what will we going to do on top of this mountain again? I'm so sorry.
So there's a temple up there. Well, in this vision I had, and supposed to go there, and I think I'm supposed to place the egg there. I don't know.
All right.
Give me a history check,
Mhm.
Victor.
During this conversation, Vorin would raise his glass and say, "Hey, goddess of portals, do you think you could get us there faster?" Like he says it sarcastically, and just kind of keeps drinking.
Celeste kind of might not want to tease gods.
Wasn't teasing, kind of.
17. In the back of your mind, you heard of Everfall Rose.
Do I recall anything about it? Was that roll?
You recall. I'm going to message you.
Okay. You see Victor's
Vulcan
face like
secrets.
scrunching and is like he looks like he's straining with a thought, trying to remember
Victor,
something.
are
Hmm?
you all right?
I'm trying to I recall something about something, but I'm trying to get the information. I've heard ever fall rose before. Just trying to make sure I'm not confusing it. Oh, I remember what it is now. This city is a vampire city. It, if I recall, um, it's ran by the Duchess Red Volkov and Adele Volkov. So we might have to be very careful.
Yes,
Depending.
very careful. Would your family here know? Like, try to remember as well.
Give me a history check.
Okay.
Careful is my middle name.
I don't know about that, Dix, let's be honest. You did shrink yourself down.
God damn it.
Yeah,
I
right
didn't
now,
roll it.
no. You
I
just heard
didn't roll.
vampire. Yeah, you just heard vampire city. You're like, oh shit. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure.
Do those names mean anything to Victor? Like once he recalls who lives there?
Oh yeah, you got a note on this. I sent this to you a while ago.
Oh, okay, let me look real quick. See Victor straining again, trying to recall information. Actually, he's doing that and he's like opening up his book.
If you need, I can copy paste it to you again.
Victor's thinking face.
Victor's thinking.
Yeah, it's just
Okay,
like,
come on.
don't hurt yourself now.
Here, I'll just do it.
Oh, I see it. So,
But I also added something because now you know.
all right. Oh, and Victor has met them before.
Mm-hmm. Probably when you were young, like a kid, maybe about 10, 12 years old, between that.
Oh,
But because they live so far away, you know, they don't really meet because both of them have, duties.
I recall now. The reason why I have been there since I was very young. But I don't think we have to worry too much. I mean, we might, I suppose, but I don't think I have to worry. But I can vouch for you all as I can vouch for you all as well. But anyways, these two, there's a rumor that says that Red Volkov was turned by the goddess of vampires herself, Lilith. So he's probably one of the first vampires. And I believe it's his wife, Lady Adele.
Just to clear up,
Mhm.
Red is a female.
Oh, okay.
Duchess, as you see.
Oh, Duchess. I thought it said. Sorry. And then Lady Adele was. She can kind of see. She can see. I guess probably like into the ethereal. She can see what's there and what's not there.
So she can see what I can see.
Yes. And I was mistaken. It's not a Duke and a Duchess. It's two Duchesses. It's Red and Adele. It's been years since I've seen them there.
You would remember the reason why you probably think more male because how her frame is, and she's more muscle. Like you're trying to recall everything, and you just remember her having short white hair. So that's where your mistake is like, oh, wait a second. No, she's a female.
Yes, it's been years. I think I went there with my father when I was just a boy.
Vorin would just getting a little loose tongued. Should we worry about her? And he points at Euphemia.
I don't think so. We could just selectively admit that she hunts monsters. There's no reason for anyone to find out about that. Plus, I'm not sure on the stance on the matter. There are varying different types of cities, you know.
I mean, we
Yeah,
all hunt monsters, right? Like that's.
See, here's
Yes.
the thing: it's just that my family is allied with some vampire houses back home, But this is a totally different place. I cannot recall off the top of my head right now. So I have no idea what to expect.
I'm sure we'll
Well,
be fine.
I'm sure we'll be just fine, but just do
Ethan
be
is kind of
aware,
fidgeting a little bit nervously.
everyone has their own culture, right? Vampires are like, some people like to, ask for permission to feed, and others have dungeons. It's just how it is. I would just say that if we go there, let's be diplomatic and we shouldn't have any problem. Just put the thought of innocent people in dungeons that are used for blood out of your mind. I'm not sure that's the case.
Victor, that's not helping. How you just worded that is not very helpful.
Well, I'm just
At
saying
all.
that's a potential. Like, I don't recall. I don't think it was.
I don't
Then
think they're
again, I
going
didn't
to
when I was a
show us to
boy.
dungeons anyways. I think
That's true. They probably won't show you. But I don't know. And most of them have plenty of self-restraint. They won't just eat you, going into the matter. I mean, maybe if I wasn't there with you. Maybe I should ask more information about this from my mother.
Probably be a good idea.
Let me write this down.
maybe. So, you know how you said that you could send a message to anyone? What if before we get to Phalu, we ask if their portals are working so that we can actually come up with a plan before we get there?
It's actually a really good idea, but I don't know if I would even message in Felu. I suppose I could message the Lord and Lady. Ask about Felu portals.
I mean, Varn raises his hand like, hello? do you have
what
to
did you say? What?
do you have to
Mhm.
know people in order to message them? I guess that would make sense, right?
No, let me look at the specific. I don't think so. I think as long as I have a name, um, I think it's what I can do. Double check that from you see he starts studying. He pulls out his spell book and starts looking at this. You can send a short message 25 to a creature you have met or a creature described to you by someone who has met it. All right, so as long as you're able to accurately describe the person, I can send. If you would tell me like you want to send a message to your mother, if you describe her for me, then and give me the name, I can send it.
I don't have a mother, but
Well, I'm sorry. Apologies. Damn it. Didn't mean that.
it's fine. I know someone that knows the ins and outs of Phalu probably better than the Lord and Lady themselves.
Have I met them before?
No.
All right. Well, I suppose as long as you describe everything about them to a good degree, I could probably do it.
All right.
All right. So Failu portals, and then Mother ask about the duchesses. All right. I can only do 2 a day. So, but actually, hold on. I could actually do 3 a day if I take some time to rest. I could potentially send 3 messages today. Yes.
All right. Well, we don't want to exhaust you too much, but
It's all right. We're in a cloud ship. I mean, perfectly fine. Probably going to take some time before we get there.
all right. Well, her name is Silvara.
Right, Silvara.
She'd probably kill me if it doesn't matter. Was she a half elf or hell? I think she's just elf.
I think she's a half elf.
Is she? I'm not sure we decided.
Yeah. Jeez, hold on.
I think she's non-existent.
Hold on. Oh no, I didn't put those damn notes. Elf. Let's say elf. Yeah.
She's an elf. A grumpy elf. Sassy elf. She doesn't like people very much. And he's just kind of like at this point just talking about somebody like in his family,
And you want him to message her?
Oh no, but she's great.
Oh boy.
Actually, no,
All right.
scratch that. Granny.
Oh, you want to talk not about Granny, all right?
Because now he's worried. That's so Varro would be like, "Who the fuck is this?"
I mean, this is what Celeste's point of view is like listening to you and kind of going, okay, really?
Yeah.
You really want to do that?
So Granny would be a lot better. She so much more friendlier.
All right, I like this plan even more, Granny. Friendly old lady?
Yes, she's a gnome.
All right, any distinguishing features about Granny? Are you able to do, like, can you cast any illusion spells?
No.
All right.
He
want to
raises
say,
an eyebrow like, "What the fuck kind of question is
if you
that?"
can conjure a minor image of her, then just give me, like, the details. Well, that's all right. You don't have to do that. Just go ahead, explain a bit more about her appearance. I don't want to message someone's granny, just any random granny.
There isn't really that many old gnomes in Felu. She's usually in a rocking chair. She's got very white hair, but a lot of it, but just kind of all up. And she takes care of a lot of people in Felu, including myself.
All right, that pretty much describes every grandma in existence, except for she's a gnome.
Yeah, I don't know that many other
Where
gnomes.
where does she live exactly? Can you describe her home?
Victor needs more than like just what she does. Like,
Remember, this spell can reach anyone on this plane, potentially other planes. So I have to get it at least kind of specific. So I know Felu, I know what she looks like, but if you could describe maybe her house,
I can't
a little
describe
bit,
her
or
house. Yes.
all right.
There's a lot of shit in it.
All right. Does she have cats? I'm sure she does.
Everybody has cats.
All right. See, this is good. All right. Where exactly in Felu? What section? What quarter? What ward?
Old Felu.
Is it at the docks? Old Felu. All right. That's good. Old Felu.
It's near the southern part. Not super far from the docks.
All right. I think that might be enough.
Yeah, there is a very complex set of stairs inside of her house.
All right.
For someone who watches things, you're not very observant. Oh dear.
Does she go by any other names? Does she have any other names other than Granny?
Of course.
All right.
Nan.
Oh, Nan. All right. She goes by Granny or Nan. All right.
Or old lady.
All right. I think this might be enough. All right. A lot of white hair that's up kind of in a bun, in a rocking chair. All right. So what would you like me to ask her? Just ask if the portals are up and running?
Yes, because I'm pretty sure that if anybody knows, she would.
All right. Would you like to squeeze out any other sort of information, like a hello? It's Voren. I've missed you. Have seen you so long.
Yes, you
We're on
can
the way to
say,
Felu.
I miss you, Voren.
Miss
Is there a
you, Voren.
limited amount of words?
25 words.
Oh, then, yeah, just, I don't know, whatever you can get out.
All right.
And I'm still
This is
alive,
fair.
Vorin. Miss you.
Still alive. Still alive. Miss you, Vorin. Okay, Victor. He starts waving his hands in the air, and you see like this mist, kind of like an ethereal fog. And he starts concentrating and he closes his eyes as he starts casting the spell. Granny, this is Victor. I am a friend of Vorin. He wants to know if the portal's up and running. He's still alive. Misses you, Vorin. And then he completes the spell.
Okay.
Did you say Vorin twice?
I did. It's the first time I've ever cast a spell.
Oh, I hope you didn't give her a heart attack.
I hope you didn't.
Oh my
Wait,
god. For
what
this
time is it over there?
Oh my
Granny.
God, poor Granny.
Oh, time zones, yo. Let's see. Hold on, let me open up my map.
Oh no.
This is gonna be so funny. All right. Let's see. You guys are over here.
God, is that you?
You know, I bet you she already
Okay.
knows who you are, too.
Time zones. Oh my god.
Yeah, I have no idea where we're at.
Yeah, you guys, yeah, you don't know. Okay. Oh man, because this, man, I'm gonna have to make this spicy because it's the first time that you've done this, and also the first time that, even though Vorin gave you description, and you made a lot of points of there's so many grandmas out there. I need you to roll me a D100.
Oh, okay.
Now, before you do that, I'm going to give you a choice. If you take, was it?
The moon, and you take the sun.
Yes. 40, like, it's going to be like 49 to 1, 51 to 100. And if you land on 50 is my choice.
Okay, so
So
1
which
to
ones?
49. Oh, I get
Yes.
to pick which is success or fail?
Over, under?
Correct.
Oh, okay. What do you guys think? Groups over or under?
Under.
Under? All right. Yeah, I'll go under. Okay, so under.
Okay. So let's see if you roll between a 1 and a 49.
Ooh, nice call.
Let's fucking go.
As you send the spell and the waves of magic kind of vanishes, you kind of wait, you have the conversation with Brick a little bit, kind of just waiting, but still trying to listen. Yes, I know who you are. Good that he's alive. People have been worried. How is Magpie? And the portals will be open in 2 weeks.
All right. I guess you kind of see Victor. His facial expression changes as the voice comes into his head. I've got the right granny. She asks, "How is Magpie? How are you doing, Magpie?" Wait, where is Magpie? I'll ask her when I see it. She misses you, and people are worried. Portals will be open in 2 weeks.
Oh, that's great. Wait, how long?
Nobody's asked.
How long do we have left in this trip? Still 2 weeks is not bad, right? It'll cut down on our travel later on.
It's not too bad, and even if we get back quicker, we could I mean, I'm honestly could use some work. We could find a job or two to do while we wait. All right, when the spell works, that's good. So 2 weeks.
I told you she was easy to find.
You know, it wasn't. Yeah, it's a pretty cool description.
Man, I wish it landed on 50 though.
I know.
Bourne was like so careful not to give information he shouldn't.
You're right. You know what? To be honest, if I should find jobs, I don't know how if any of you have any snow gear, like winter gear, because it's going to be. I think it's winter time now.
I think the only bit of gear that I have that's any little bit warm is when we went for the trees. When we did the tree job, I got a cloak, but we need more, I'm sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I don't do good in the cold.
Yes, we'd have to. Don't worry, I can make sure we have a campfire always going. But yes, if we were to, that's one thing I was going to suggest, that we find some sort of work, you know, I guess mercenaries for hire. At least until we can get back on the trail.
Well, I would suggest the docks, but you guys are probably tired of working on ships and stuff already. So, yeah, I'm sure that the notice board will have some stuff.
All right. Do we want to do another message?
To whom?
Well, I was thinking I could ask my mother about both of the duchesses. Or I could message the duchesses directly. I still remember at least what one of them looks like. It's been years, but vampires don't really age that much, so she probably looks the same. I could tell them. I don't know. Who knows? I could ask them all sorts of questions.
I don't know if that's a good idea, buddy.
What do you mean announcing our arrival? I suppose
No,
maybe ask mother first, and then as we get closer, maybe message them to say we're going to come to the city. Can you help us?
yeah. I don't know.
Don't
I
give
would just
away our
feel
hand just
weird
yet.
as a lord and lady to have some random person just, messaging me and telling me that they're going to stop by.
Oh, that happens all the time, actually. But it could be letter, not
Me-
necessarily straight into the brain.
Is mm, some people have protection over that sometimes.
That is true. Let me check the spell.
Maybe go the
It is
more
divination
old-fashioned
spells.
way with this one.
It is, yes, it is a divination spell, and our protections against divination. So sometimes the message won't go through if they have some sort of reward against it. But at least I can ask my mother about
Mm-hmm.
them. I don't know. Maybe we just need to wait a little while.
Maybe. I guess we're not really
I'm
in a
not sure
rush.
if I'm not sure if that's the most pressing matter. We might run into. Well, anyways, I suppose let's discuss. All right, portals are open in 2 weeks, so
Oh, we should probably find out how much longer until we dock at Fela.
mhm. Yes, it sounds like a good idea. I suppose we could talk to maybe Keys would know if he's around. The captain seemed like they were going into their quarters or incognito or something.
Meg might know as well.
Do we see any of the crew around us? Or?
No, it's actually just you guys in here. They're probably just busy, staring the ship.
Yeah, we can probably find out.
All right, so the plan is, and everybody's on board with this, is we're going to get back to Felu. Potentially might get some jobs, depending on the circumstances. If we have to wait for the portals to open, but once the portals are opened, our objective is to follow up on the egg, right? Going to the temple.
Right? And he looks at Celeste.
Yes. So, yeah, we can go through the city and probably get some supplies and then head up there. If we need more supplies, of course.
And this temple is in the city.
No. It's past the city.
Oh, we have to go through the city to get to the temple.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah, because what I saw was, I looked up a bunch of this, of course, and I just know that that city's there. And I was talking to this sage with histories and stuff, saying that there's a very old temple up there. And in my vision, what I saw was a temple. So,
All right. Well, we have a course of action then. So I think as we're kind of like in the middle here, in between trying to figure out what to do,
mhm.
I would, if possible, can I take a short rest and use Arcane Recovery to get another third level slot back?
Well, technically, you are resting.
Okay, so I'll do that and kind of
I mean, you're
rest,
drinking, you're talking, you're resting,
and I'll just grab my third level spell back.
Mhm.
All right, perfect. All right, do you all want to go as a group and try to find someone to ask how long it's going to take?
Yeah, let's try to find someone.
All right. Plus, I kind of want to see the outside now that we're flying. Who knows how high we are up?
All right. So you guys head out in the open air. It's a good breeze. It's not like super windy, but you do see like clouds and the sun is up. You see some people kind of moving about, just making sure, everything's tied down because it is not the open sea, it's open skies. You notice that Glenn is up um, in the crow's nest. Meg is at the wheel. Keys is talking to Meg.
All right.
Hello, good morning. Vaughn, would you like to lead the conversation?
Sure. How much longer till we dock at Phalu? Does anybody know, really?
Yes, actually, I was just talking to Keys about that. It's going to take about 3 to 4 days.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, we took a portal.
Oh. He looks up and says,
Well,
thank you.
yes, actually, the ship just did a portal. It was weird, but okay.
So he'll look down and say thank you instead.
You see a rope come by you, kind of like almost like slithering like a snake, kind of going up. And for a split moment, you think it looks like a thumbs up as it disappears back into wherever.
3 days. That's not bad. Wow, that cut a lot of time, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm still learning. The ship is faster. That's all I can say. And the portal just appeared and ship just went through.
I guess the air doesn't
Exactly.
have as much resistance as the water, so
Oh, we've flown air before, but it just key kind of perks up, just feels different.
Well, it might be that, we have a goddess, that might have, upgraded the ship. Who knows?
Kind of, touches his beard. Yeah. Could be. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
I think Victor wants to kind of look down a little bit, like just to see how high up there.
As you look, you just see clouds.
Holy shit! All right.
Yeah.
Just scooch back to the middle.
Yeah, you don't want to fall
Nope.
or lean. Yeah. You guys start to feel the boat rocking back and forth. No, do not do that.
Vorin would grab onto
Swear.
something.
You swear.
Yeah,
It
you're saying
feels
kinda
like
panicked a little bit.
Yeah, it feels like the ship kind of chuckles. And then doesn't rock, it just continues to fly.
I am going to miss the ship whenever we're and the crew, of course, once we're finally on land again. And we say our goodbyes, but that's not for 3 more days. Let's not get teared up about it.
Can you
Also-
cry?
Sure. I think so. I don't know. I'm not sure I ever really have cried. Now that I think about it.
You probably did. Lost
mean-
a pet somewhere.
I think I cried once when I had lost my dear squirrel pet that I had a long time ago.
You had a squirrel.
Yes, his name was Mr. Jiggles. He used to valiantly run and jump from tree to tree. And then he didn't anymore. He got too old and, perished.
At this point, you see the undead monkey on the rail on the top part of the ship.
Speak of the devil and he shall appear. Mr. Jiggles! I'm kidding.
We're not calling that monkey Mr. Jiggles.
Oh god.
The monkey looks like it's eating something and then just like throws it towards Vicar as you said, Mr. Jiggles.
I want to try and catch it.
And then kind of like stands up and turns around and you just see the backside of it.
What are you doing? What did he throw at me?
You look and it's like a piece of grape.
Oh, poor little thing.
That's that's a gift. Knowing damn well it's not a gift. Vorin just says it.
You know what? One of these days, I will grant that monkey life again. Once I get powerful enough. I will right the wrongs of my past.
Are there monkey vampires?
Probably not.
Yeah, that was a stupid question. I don't know why I asked that.
Oh, there could be.
The monkey starts to wander away somewhere.
Oh god.
Just not that one.
Is it the skeleton monkey or is it like zombie.
Does it
monkey.
just have like
it
chunks
has-
missing and shit?
No, 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 no. It has fur. It looks. It just
The boots
looks
with the
dull.
fur.
It just looks dull, if that makes sense.
It's got like a big stab wound in it.
Some of the hairs is still singed. It looks like something or someone patched it up to make it more not like
Presentable.
a zombie. Yeah.
I like that monkey.
You know, I like the monkey too, but it's honestly it's just a testament of sadness. Honestly,
Yeah.
as to one of the world in undead state.
Yeah, I mean,
We
at
can
least
figure
it
out
still
why.
has purpose, right?
I didn't raise it from the dead. I did not use any necromancy. I just killed it. Right? Whatever
Yeah,
brought
as
it
a
back.
punishment.
But is it a punishment for me, or is it a punishment
Yes,
for
for
the creature
you,
that?
because it's a reminder for you.
Or yes, but isn't that some sort of cruel joke for the monkey? Shouldn't
It
that
kind
monkey
of
be
is,
off? You
right?
know, shouldn't it be off
Maybe.
living its best life in heaven somewhere? It's like keeping it around in an undead state is kind of cruel.
Mm. Maybe you should just make friends with it and give its life meaning, you know? Its afterlife?
Unlife, yes. Well, it still seems to maintain some sort of intelligence, which is interesting. It's not just like a brainless zombie.
Maybe because it wasn't dead for that long?
Well, even I don't know. It's very strange.
I don't know how any of that shit works, to be honest.
I wonder if we can reincarnate the monkey, have it reborn. But that would require serious power. But the good thing we do have a goddess on board.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Why don't we petition the goddess to bring the monkey back to life and let it be happy? And it can be our friends if it wants to be.
Knock yourself out, Victor.
But I don't know. Just I feel a little bad that it's wandering around dead, obviously not getting any enjoyment out of that grape. Or who knows? Maybe it enjoys itself. I don't know.
I think it just wanted to throw the grape at you.
Yes, but it tried to. Did you see the monkey trying to undo hand guards, rope?
Yeah, it
That it
helped.
tied there. Yes, it tried to help the group, which is surprising.
We should probably ask the Voodoo Queen.
That's a good question as well. I think the Voodoo Queen brought the monkey back from the dead.
I think that if anybody did, yeah.
It was on her island.
What do you think, Euphemia? You seem to understand dead things.
I speak to the dead because they stay dead, and they usually have unfinished business. Whereas that, I believe, is still your problem because you technically really haven't fully understood your punishment, which is why it's still here.
I mean, I don't know about that because did that monkey like put a whole bunch of stuff around your room?
Yes, it did. It smeared its feces everywhere.
And
So-
then you
And then I
apologized.
I owned up to my mistake. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you.
Vorn
Who's speaking?
gags at the mention of the poop.
And that was Celeste is actually speaking.
Yes, I did. I owned up to the actions. So in all, it should already be right in the world. So why is the monkey back?
All good questions. Probably, like, Brick said, ask the Voodoo Queen, or maybe talk to the Spice Queen.
Or the monkey.
There's a lot of queens.
I know.
You know who can speak to animals?
Who?
Points at Nyx.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have never spoken to an animal a day in my life.
I believe it was you that spoke to the monkey the first time it showed up.
You spoke to the horses.
That too.
Yes, it was you who spoke to the monkey, because that was when the whole situation where I was trying to deny that I did anything to the monkey, and you spoke to the monkey, and the monkey told you that I killed it.
Yeah, don't gaslight us, Nyx.
I think you're gaslighting me.
Wait, was he drunk when he did? No, he's drunk now. Now we'll ask him later.
I thought he gets tiny when he drinks. Or drunk.
Yeah, that's true.
As she says that, he just starts drinking. Somebody had to bring it up.
And well, there he goes.
Performance anxiety, it happens to all of us. All right, so thank you all. Brick starts walking back 3 days. We go back home.
At which point in time, I still won't be able to talk to animals.
Yeah, okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. Is there anything you guys want to do today? The rest of the day.
Brick is going to once they separate. If anybody else wants to talk about anything, we can. But after, Brick is going to get the ship to pull up any kind of library they might have.
Mhm.
Because he wants to look up books on gods and goddesses.
Yeah, it's a very tiny room. Like a walk-in closet.
Yeah.
Mm.
Will I see anything?
Give me perception check. Oddly enough, you don't see anything about books of gods or goddesses.
Damn it. What kind of books
Because
do I see with
something-
the 12?
You see all kinds of things on ships and fishing. There's like survival on islands, how to barter,
Uh-huh.
how to
Useful ship stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
This isn't
I mean, there's
helpful at
also
all.
like there's books on like herbs and plants. And then you kind of reminded yourself, like, I don't think she would have anything on different gods.
Yeah.
Goddesses.
Yeah, it was like a long shot.
Yeah,
What was I
yeah.
thinking?
It's okay.
He leaves the library closet.
Mhm.
And he thinks temple this time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. See the words above the door.
Okay. And he walks in.
Mhm.
And this time he'll go not to the 3 dagger symbol, but the door one.
Mhm.
And he would just kind of stand there awkwardly. Hi. How's one supposed to start these things? I try to find a book, but they don't have books here. So He shrugs. So what do you want? He just kind of like, shifts his weight back and
Mhm.
forth. But
Nope, you just see the symbol of a key. And then the picture of some kind of artwork with different doors and portals.
Mhm.
That's it.
Good chat. He shakes his head a little bit and walks out.
As you kind of shake your head, you hear the door open as you kind of turn, and you see Celeste. Oh, sorry. I'll go. I'll go.
Oh,
And then
no,
she
no,
kind of
you're good.
turns.
Come in. It's, I don't even know what I'm doing in here, to be honest. I was just about to leave.
Oh, all right. Um, she comes in. She's holding her bag with the egg. I didn't know that this was here. Just kind of heard you guys talking about it, and I was curious, and I saw the Woods Temple, and just kind of wanted to just take a gander.
Do you pray?
Sometimes, yeah. Mhm.
Which one? He looks around.
Um, she kind of seems to shift nervously. Uh, I guess it depends, to be honest. Sometimes I pray to hope or chance. Um, sometimes light.
And they respond?
I mm, I don't know. I this morning I actually prayed to some, and before the fight and everything, I think I was hoping see chance because I, it's always the rumors that she would show up,
Mm,
and just having hope for all of us. Maybe they did answer in their own way. I'm not sure.
maybe. I, I don't know. I feel so foolish in here.
How come?
Because you just come here and say things and hope that gods are on your side or will help in one way or another, but it never really feels like, I don't know. So many things in my life feel like they've either gone wrong or I've really had to try to fix it myself or get through it myself. The idea of divine intervention sometimes makes me angry because they don't intervene. They I don't know.
Or maybe they do. You don't know. I just sometimes pray for somebody just to listen. I've been on my own for a long time. And yes, I met people here and there and stayed with them, go on adventures. But think about being a 10-year-old on your own for a long
See,
time.
but what kind of God allows that? Children like us to be left alone?
Maybe there's reasons. I learned many things. I asked for guidance, and something came to me. She begins to fidget. I haven't told any of you because I'm nervous. Maybe I should tell you all, but I don't know how people receive this. You know that I have magic, so sometimes people think I'm a sorceress or wizard.
Like Victor?
She nods. When I was on my own, I prayed and prayed to give me strength, give me light, give me hope, give me anything. I looked up on the stars and they were twinkling. And a whisper came to me, guided me, and granted me my gifts. My patron. I'm no wizard or sorcerer. They would call me a warlock. She kind of looks down and bows her head. But I'm not bad, evil. Some of them are.
I think that
Just,
applies to everyone, doesn't it?
but the word warlock, people shun it.
Yeah.
But my patron guides me. And that's why my magic looks like stars.
I don't think you should be ashamed of it.
I think when I was growing up, going to different towns, there was people were on a hunt. They were calling them warlocks. I left that town on a hurry. So I think that just stuck with me.
Hmm.
So I just don't mention it. I don't talk about it. And my magic, I can heal people. I can defend, help. So
Yeah, you're one of the good ones. But maybe you're exactly what it would take to change the reputation.
maybe. Let's see. But my focus is this. And then she just pats the egg.
Right. Being a mother.
Kind of arches her eyebrow. You know, sometimes that thought comes and goes. but we'll see.
Are you scared at all of that? He points at the egg.
She looks at it and she sets it down. She opens the bag and there you see the amethyst egg. There's some light in here, so you can see the reflection bouncing off the egg. And she looks at you. No, I'm not.
Good.
Are you?
I'm afraid of anything that I don't know. It's what's kept me alive
She
so
looks at,
far.
she looks at the amethyst egg and back at you. Well, amethyst egg. Brick, amethyst egg.
He
Inside is a
laughs.
baby dragon. A wormling.
Yeah. Just not. I had nightmares of dragons.
Maybe you should go to a temple of the dragons. She smiles.
No, it's all right. Gotta face my fears, and he straightens out his attire.
Maybe I take you to it. It's actually quite amazing. There's all kinds in the temples.
You know, I've been told a lot lately that I need to go to temples.
Yes, remember that promise that you made?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Vele in 3 days. 3 or 4 days, I think.
Right. Yes.
Mhm. Yep.
Well, I will let you talk to your gods.
All right.
I'll see you around. Bye, egg.
As you say that, they kind of tilts to its side.
Huh. And he walk out so that she could
Mhm.
pray.
All right. Anybody else?
Yeah, Victor would like to do something.
All right.
So he has 2 remaining castings of message.
Okay.
He's going to send a message. He's going to sit on his bed and he's going to cast a message. And he's going to
Mhm.
message Christoph from the collective. He knows what he looks like. He's met him before.
Oh, God. Okay. All right. I'm ready.
All right. Greetings. This is Victor Naught of Dark Harbor. I've met you before. Curious about any auctions coming up. Looking to spend some coin. And that's what he sends.
Okay. Few moments go by. Hello, Victor. Wonderful to hear you. An auction should be coming up soon. We are just getting ready. If you are interested, I can send you some information. That's it.
I guess I'll use the last bit to respond back to him.
Mhm.
I am very interested. When and where? Just let me know.
That's it?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. He responds, I'm about to leave Felu. I can leave the message to you at the mail place. That's it.
All right, that's what Victor does.
Okay. Anybody else? Nope. All right. As nighttime approaches, of course, you get your meals and eat. You all go to sleep. Boring.
Hmm.
You fall asleep. And then you are in the middle of the woods, the campsite. You see fire going. It looks like a couple people sitting. You see a red tiefling female. She wears leathers. You could swear steam is rolling off of her. Next to her, you see a female, black hair, red highlights. Can't see her face. She is wearing silver armor. She is kind of poking at the fire. She begins to talk to the tiefling. I don't know. Something in my gut says I need to find him. I know it's been some weeks. I just can't help it. There's something there. Tiefling woman nods. Well, and then the woman in armor raises hand. I need to go alone. I need to go alone. Maybe I can go. And then her words kind of escape. I think he can help me. I could definitely get some supplies. See tiefling woman nod. And then you hear a crack, like somebody stepped on a stick. They both look up. And somebody walking from the woods. And then your vision fades. You kind of wake up a little bit. You can almost feel the heat from the fire on your face. Still.
he would wake up this time and not as startled as he usually is by these dreams, and just kind of just take a deep breath and sink into the mattress. Who are you?
As you sink there thinking, your eyes begin to get heavy once again. A little bit harder this time to kind of fall asleep, but you do. As all of you wake up the next day, Euphemia. As you wake up, you find a note or a letter on your chest.
She rubs her eyes and opens the letter.
Okay. Mm. It says, Dear Euphemia, I'm sorry this letter might be late. The Red Hand is quite a menace. I heard that they have been attacking some places. And you say a demigod. That is quite something. Demigods are unknown or hidden, but this one is, seems it wants to rise in power. And for you, my little one, you be strong. Sometimes people cannot see what you have said, and sometimes vice versa. Do not let it be something that you are frustrated at. Sometimes you have to command the words or choose them differently. But I understand. As we all been in certain courts, trying to talk our way, sometimes people don't listen, and it's too late. But you know the songs, you know the notes, and let them hear. We all miss you. Xander loves you. And be careful. She spaces that part and she continues to write. Be careful out there, especially around the full moons. The werewolves are running. And for some odd reason, they're getting dangerously close to any town, any village, and even cities. We feel that they're working with someone or something. We're trying to figure out. I've been talking to both some vampires and some others. Please be safe. And don't forget to hide yourselves during the full moon. I love you. Love Mother, Father, and Xander.
She would smile and kind of hug the letter Like, if you could you put like the actual like written version in my notes of that letter?
I will have to remember because I made that up on the spot. But luckily, it's all recorded. Haha!
No.
Just look at the post stamp.
Watch the VOD.
You see at the 2-minute mark. Mhm. All right. Second day. Anybody else want to do anything today?
I think Victor would just tell everyone that he talked to Christoph from the collective and that he was trying to find out more information about the I guess the flyer, and just saying that he was trying to dig out any kind of information on when that might be, and that he had a letter waiting for him at the Phalo post office, essentially. Oh, and he'd also give everyone a heads up that they were in Phalo and that they're supposed to be leaving.
I think Euphemia would also tell everybody she just got word that the Red Hand has been attacking in places, and also to heed her mother's warning about werewolf activity, so that it may not just be in Kennerith, and to be cautious when the full moon comes around.
That's a lot of news from werewolves and them leaving. They've been there for almost 3 months. Over.
So you're saying that the Red Hand was attacking nearby your home?
My home is more inland, but we do have a few places, well, not far from, that are by the coast.
All
But
right.
again, it did get it this morning, so it could change at this point.
Would anyone like to send any messages or anything in the meantime? I could do 3.
I think I'm okay. I can wait a couple of days to get to Phalo.
All right.
I appreciate it, though.
I have no one.
Yes, I'm just trying to think about how to be most useful in this situation. Follow up on anything that needs to follow up. Trick anyone that needs tricked or deceived.
No, I think, I think we've really done all we can at the moment. Anyone you need to catch up with back home? You've been away for a long time.
I'm going to I'll send a message to my mother today. I'm going to follow up on my letter, ask a few things, see if I can garner some information about the duchesses, and see if we need to worry.
What about you, Nix? You haven't really said anything about anyone you might need to message?
Yeah, I'd hard to message the dead.
Anyone in the Fey realm that needs a message? I think I could send it into the Fey realm.
Only thing, and I don't even know if they're still alive, I would have in the Fey realm are the wolves that raised me.
All right. Yeah.
Guess you're good for now then.
Happy and good.
All right, Victor's going to quickly send a message to his mother.
Okay.
Mother, I have received your letter. Currently en route to Feilu. Following up leads for one of my party members. What did she say? Any information about the Duchess's Volkov? Should I worry? Might be headed in that direction.
Okay. Second rolls by. It's good to hear you, my son. The Volkovs. You need to be on your toes. I know you haven't seen them in a while. But they are true vampires. That's it.
All right, he would respond. Thank you, Mother. I will do my best. Arriving in Feilu in 3 days. Portals up in about 2 weeks. Then I will be heading out. We'll check in.
You recast the spell, right?
Yeah, he recast it. Yeah.
Okay. Her response is, be careful, my boy. Werewolves have been running amok, almost feral-like. If you are heading towards the Duchess's, be careful. And that's it.
Okay. Victor, my mother just confirmed also that there might be werewolf. They're running amok, essentially what Euphemia said. However, we might encounter them along the way to the Duchess's. So we need to be very careful and heed the warnings.
Celeste,
Yes?
do you happen to know when the next full moon is going to be?
Well, it depends. We can arrive a day or two around the full moon. Depends on when we leave. I mean, if the full moon is out, I have, my wonderful tent. Hopefully, it doesn't have that circus one again.
I
That
just worry that us being on the road while
well,
there's a full moon.
yes. I mean, they can't enter.
What if they destroy it?
Oh, it would be hard to destroy these things.
Euphemia
Just
would kind of like get a little bit more relieved, but she's still very nervous.
trust me, the person who's created these knows their stuff. It would take a long time to try to destroy. And the one thing is, what we can do if we're out and the moon's coming out, we can find a place to hide the tent, per se. Oh, we can also use, precipitation to kind of cover our tracks too at the same time. There's a lot of things we could do.
To look back over to Victor, did you learn anything about the Duchesses?
Oh yes, need to be on our toes there. They are vampires, if you catch my drift. So it's been a while since I've been in their court, as I mentioned before. So we need to be very careful with what we do, with what we say, should we go there or pass through.
Alright.
hmm Oh, and also, I have one more message because I assume we're resting. Do any of you remember the dream that we all had? I know it's been a long time, but I remember writing down eyes that were green and flakes of gold. But I don't remember if I saw the face. So Victor's essentially going to try and recall, like,
Give me a history check.
yeah, he's going to try to think about
Can
one of
I
these
do the
people
history
from this
check too to
dream.
see if I remember?
You can do your own, or you can aid him.
I'll
And
aid
that'll
him
give
just
him.
by kind of like, I don't know, saying all things I remember as well, yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay, sweet advantage.
Yeah, I guess it was
Okay.
kind of a bit ago already, but
It's been a while.
So, in the stream that you recall, how you only saw the eye colors. A couple of them, I think up to 3, you couldn't see their eyes because they were still kind of looking like they were still laying down or closing their eyes. The one thing is, they all look like shadows. And then you recall, both of you recall, when you were in Feilu and when you started to see each other, the eyes, of course, popped out first. And then you started seeing like almost the vision coming back to you as the vision showed you guys what everybody looked like. But the other ones are still casting shadows.
Okay, he knows this is an extreme long shot, but one of the eyes he remembers is green eyes with flakes of gold.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that sticks out in his mind. Plus, it's the one I really put down in my notes because for remember.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to try something knowing that it could well fail. He's
Mm-hmm.
going to try and message the person with the green eyes with flakes of gold. He's going to try sending.
Okay.
So he casts a spell, and that's all he has to go off of.
Mm-hmm.
And he will say, I don't know who you are or where you're from, but we had a shared dream. We're trying to find you wherever you may be. I'm Victor Noct, and I hope this reaches you.
Okay.
I guess this is a D100 situation.
This is a DM
Oh, okay.
choice. As you hope and send it out, trying to keep those eye color in your head as you focus. It seems you can feel the message pushing through. And this is the most odd feeling. You almost feel the message being snatched. Like something intervened.
Oh. So he sensed that it kind of completed, but he sensed that it was intercepted. He could feel it.
It just feels odd. Yeah.
So he wouldn't know it was intercepted. He just knows something was strange about it.
Mm-hmm. Because this is, I mean, you only did the spell how many times now?
I think this is like the fourth or fifth time.
Yeah. I mean, the
So he
half
wouldn't
and
really
half
know.
one. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's almost like a, even though you study and you learn the spell, you're still learning about it. You're still learning how, people receive it and people can speak to you because, yeah, have you had people speak in your mind before, vampire life, hello. But sometimes it sounds like an echo or they're distant, far away, like, with these people who you're talking to, like you recognize your mother offhand, you know, and it's just that close connection versus, Granny, which in your head would almost feel very distant, echoey, but she still answered. And who else did you contact?
Granny, his mother, then Kristoff.
Yeah, and Christoph, so it's almost still that connection. But this one just feels odd. It's like you had your magic dispelled before, so you know how that fizzles. But it's not a dispel, but it almost feels like a dispel, but also did it really go through kind of thing.
Gotcha. Well, it was a long shot. I don't think it got through or it worked. But I figured I might as well try.
Oh, it was worth a shot.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm very excited with this news of the spell. I'm trying to catch up on a lot of loose ends that we're trying to figure out. But, anyways, I don't think it went through, but perhaps in the future, we'll see.
All right. Anybody else want to do anything today?
I think Brick is gonna do something that he doesn't normally do for various reasons, and he's actually going to go to like the bathhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he thinks they're kind of gross, but he hasn't gotten a lot of time to relax and stuff. So he knows that this is something people enjoy. So he's going to go to the bathhouse and just try to take a dip.
Okay. Yeah, you walk in and it's just like this is the first time you've been in here. So
Mhm.
you walking in here, it almost feels not real because it's like, you know how big the ship is. Yes, you know it's a magical ship, but this is a huge bathhouse. And you see this gorgeous rock wall as the water falls down into this huge kind of like rock bath um, spa thing as like you see the heat kind of rising and you see like some personal hot tubs or personal baths, but they have their own, screens and stuff so you could be alone and stuff. As you kind of walk through, and even though that in the back of your mind, you almost feel that cringe, like, do I really want to do this? Do I not? But I also need this. You actually notice it is so clean in here. Super clean.
Yeah. Yeah, so he
So,
would get a kind of a sense of comfort and
mhm,
yeah, just walk in and take a dip in like the bigger public one.
mhm.
He would like, I guess, strip down to whatever undergarments he has.
Yeah, you do. So first you put, your foot in, and at first it's like it's hot water. It's not necessarily like scorching heat, but you're actually at the same time it's just kind of like takes you a little bit by surprise, and then you dip your foot in, and then the other, and then you start to sit down, and you just kind of lean back, and then you start to feel the water almost just relaxing you, and to the point where you almost want to sink in. If you do so, probably up to your neck, and you just feel any muscle that hurts starting to like fade away, kind of thing. So you're just kind of sitting there, just
Yeah.
relaxing.
He would like rest his head on
Hmm.
the edge. Just take a deep breath.
Yep.
Okay. And he hang out in there for a little bit before heading back to his room.
Okay. Anybody else want to do anything?
We have
don't-
one more day left before we get to Felu, right?
It's like 2 days. 1, 2. They did
I'll
say 3
probably
or 4
save
days.
right for the next day because it gives me time to find one of the four.
Okay. Did you want to do anything, Victor?
Victor's just going to go to the library and look for a book on diplomacy or how to speak charismatically or anything like that.
Give me, just for fun. Give me a perception check. I want to see if you see something. Okay, you kind of take a look around, and I mean, it's a small library, and then it's like you're trying to find something, and you just don't find it, and you kind of turn around, and then you just hear a book, something falls, and
Picks it up.
yeah, and it says how to charm dumb people.
Perfect.
How to
Is it-
Charm the Ladies, written by Glenn.
No.
How to charm dumb people. Love it. Exactly what I needed.
How to Charm the Captain.
And he'll excitedly, put it like, carry it back to his room, and he'll spend the rest of the day just reading it.
Okay. Yeah, in the book, it's just kind of like the do's and don'ts, how to, try to persuade somebody, it's like all ridiculously things. And I mean, you kind of like read to absorb it, and you kind of go, okay, well, that sounds dumb, but actually makes sense,
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like this book is almost just kind of makes you chuckle and laugh. And even your book kind of peers over your shoulder, and she starts chuckling and laughing, saying, "Do people really do this?"
I'm looking for any advantage that I can get on how to come across differently.
Oh.
Hmm.
So in a way, be yourself, but act not yourself.
Yes, apparently. This little bit here, it says, even though you are smarter than everyone in the room, pretend that you're not. I think that's brilliant.
Oh, yes, actually, really good.
All right, so I'll try to take some of these words to heart.
Yeah, I mean, it's all good advice. You really don't know, and there's no author. There's nobody. It's like nobody written, but yeah. Anything else anybody else wants to do? Nix, do you want to do anything?
No, Nix is just chilling.
Okay. All right. So, end of the second day. Of course, you eat, get your stuff, chit chat about. So far, still nobody's seen the captain, or aka the Spice Queen, about. As y'all sleep and rest. Euphemia, you start to drift and sleep. As you open your eyes, you're in a cabin. You hear the sounds of howling in distance. You see your brother, very young. It's okay, just hide here. We're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. The stream feels familiar, but also there feels like there's more to it. Don't worry, we'll be fine. You hear the growls and the scratching. You hear the door as it tries to open. You feel fear as you try to look. You see Laura, and she's up at the door, holding it. You even see her teddy bear holding the door. She puts one of her fingers up as making the shh sound. You hear another howl, and this time something bangs against the wall. The door begins to crack. Your brother holds you tight. Laura moves away. And this, for some reason, you just don't recall this, but you're seeing this. Your brother holds you tight, tries to cover your head, both of your heads. You don't scream, you don't say anything, but you see Laura pointing to Teddy. And the teddy bear gets big and angry. For a moment, you see the teddy move towards the two werewolves. And in a blink of an eye, they disappear, but you hear the whimpers and their howls. You blink again, and then you see Laura standing in front of the doorway, holding the teddy bear. And she looks to you. They're gone. You wake up, your heart pounds. You notice the blankets are off of you. You feel hot and cold at the same time. You feel the tears on your face. As you look around side to side, you see Laura sleeping next to you. Above your head, you hear the purrs from the cat. Is there anything you want to do?
I think I think she would. Sorry, I'm taking a drink. My fucking throat.
It's okay.
I think she would kind of get up, trying to like not really disturb Laura.
Mhm.
And I think she would kind of like put on her robe and kind of walk over, like leave her room and kind of like quietly knock on Victor's door.
Hello? Come in.
It's me.
He puts the diplomacy book down. Come in. Make yourself at home. Is everything all right?
I had a nightmare and I don't want to be alone.
Of course, of course. Come on in. He'll stand up and he'll escort her to where she can sit. Tell me what happened. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I don't mind. It felt like an old memory, but there's some bits of it that I don't remember ever seeing. It was when I was young. Both me and my brother, I believe. This was probably before my parents found us. And there were werewolves running about. They were trying to get in, and I believe you've heard me talk to Laura before, correct?
Is that the spirit that you see
Yeah.
that follows you around?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes. I've seen it a couple times.
Basically, it was of her holding the door, telling me to be quiet. My brother trying to protect me as werewolves were trying to get into the cabin. But what was odd was she told the teddy bear to go, and the teddy bear got bigger and angrier. So it fended off the werewolves. It sounds odd, I know, but
Seems like you have a protector of sorts.
mhm.
Would you like something to drink? I have a little bit of water here.
Some water would be nice.
He would pull a glass and take the pitcher of water and pour it for her.
And she'd take the glass and drink it.
Well, it was a horrible, horrible nightmare. But you don't remember this memory?
Not their specific parts, no.
Well, don't you worry. You don't have to be alone. You're free to stay here as long as you like. You can curl up on the bed right there if you wish. I have a bit more studying that I'm going to do tonight, and I'll make sure to keep you safe. Remember, we're on a flying ship and all.
She'd smile and would curl up on the bed and eventually would probably fall back asleep.
I think Victor would just sit there in his chair, um, studying the book, glancing over and drinking his water, and maybe taking some sips of wine every now and again.
Mhm.
And then when she's asleep, he would get up and adjust the blanket so that she's nice and covered. And then he would situate himself back into his chair and kind of nod off, at the desk.
Eventually, sleep takes over both of you, and you wake up the next morning. Day 3. What do you guys want to do?
Victor has absolutely nothing to do on day 3.
Anybody else?
And drugs, accessories.
All right. So day 3 comes. Again, there's no sighting of the Spice Queen, but people still moving about. Get up, get your breakfast, move about. And then nighttime comes.
I think before bed, Yvonne would go to Victor's like, could you send a message to my father?
Of course. Yes, what would you like me to say?
To tell him that I got their letter, and I will make sure to heed their warning about the full moon.
All right.
And I do want to know if they have anything on the Duchesses, just for my own personal.
Of course. And I assume you give like a good description.
Uh-huh. So basically, she would describe her father as a tall, he's not like, I would say he's pretty muscular, but also kind of worn from the many years of like doing his job and so on and so forth. Long, dark colored hair with gray hairs kind of peppering both his beard and in his hair. His warm brown eyes and kind of a tan skin tone.
All right, perfect.
It's kind of cloudy where they live. So
What is his name? His first name?
Alistair.
Alistair. All right. And what's the specifics of the message you would like? You would just like to know more about the Duchesses?
And have they heard other activity outside of Kennereth when it comes to the werewolves?
Of course. All right. He starts to weave the magic in his hand, and he casts the message.
Okay.
Greetings, Alistair. On behalf of your daughter, do you have any information regarding the Duchess's Volkov? Also, any sightings or activity outside of Kinnereth, especially werewolves? She will heed your warning. And that's it.
Okay.
He has a deep voice too when he responds for you in the light.
Are you trying to make me do a deep voice?
No, you don't have to, but that's just what you would
Okay.
hear. So.
Hell no.
Sound like a dad wielding a shotgun? Is that what he sounds like?
No.
Hell no. Do you want my voice to be busted? It will be busted. Me. Anyways. So you hear her response. Not. I've heard of you before. I'm glad my daughter is safe. We do have information on the duchesses. Werewolves have taken the city up north. We are trying to get help. Stay safe.
Victor would say, I heard back from your father.
Mm-hmm.
He said that the werewolves have taken a city up north. He's trying to get help. And that he does have information on the duchesses. He did not relinquish said information, probably because the limitations of the spell. Would you like me to try again to see if get more information, or should we try later? It's up to you. I can do it again if you'd like.
Probably be a good idea.
All right, let me try again. He starts weaving the spell. Thank you for the information. In condensed form, what do you know about the duchesses? Potentially heading in that direction in the near future. What would you suggest? And then he would finish the spell.
Okay. Do not, or no, don't make Red mad. They are very clever. Some say that Red was turned by Lilith, and she is strong.
Victor
And, yeah.
would relay the message. He would say, don't make Red mad. Rumors say she was turned directly by Lilith herself. Shouldn't be a problem because Lilith is my goddess. So as long as you just play our cards right. He says that they are very clever. So whenever we're there, we need to be very, very careful about what we say, what we do, and always be looking out for any sort of deception. That's my add a little bit there. So just be careful. But yes. But anyways, I think that's all that I have. Unless anyone has anything else, I have one more casting.
Thank you.
Of course. Well, I'm going to head back to my chambers. Would you allow me to escort you, Euphemia?
Of course.
Very well. All right, good night, Brick, Nix.
Good night.
I think along the way, Victor will speak to Euphemia.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling about your nightmare?
Better.
Good, good. Well, I was going to offer if you're still worried, you're more than welcome to take up the spot on the bed. I can take the chairs before.
Thank you, but I don't want to keep your bed.
Of course, of course.
I don't think sleeping in a chair is too comfortable for you.
It's all right. At least I'm not hanging upside down like a bat.
You don't actually do that, do you?
No, but I've always been curious about it. Clearly joking, but no, I do not do that. I'm much too refined for just hanging upside down. Well, the offer still stands. Should you find yourself in need of my aid, here is an extra key to my chambers. Just make yourself at home.
She'd take the key and smile, just like, thank you.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
I think before leaving, he would reach for her hand and give her a peck on it, and then do like a little bow and head to his room.
And she would smile and turn to go into her room.
Okay. Magpie.
Yay, Magpie's here.
Hello.
Hello. I know you have been away, but you have been listening in.
I have.
Okay. So this might change a little bit for people. Depends what Magpie wants to do. What did you want to do for the past 3 days?
I will say that if she finds out that they messaged Granny and Granny asked how she's been doing, she would probably ask Victor to send her a message to let her know that she's still alive. She's still in one piece. She hasn't killed anybody yet. She's making friends? Question mark.
Okay. So
But
Victor,
it's all
during
weird.
yeah, so during one of those days when you have the free,
Mhm.
we can send the message.
Okay. He would send the message. He'd also relay to her that she did. Granny the first time did ask about her. But yeah, he would send the message to Granny, essentially relaying all the information that he could condensed form.
Okay. She will respond. That's good, dearie. Make sure they are safe and sound, and I can't wait to see them both.
And Victor would relay that back to Magpie.
Well, at least she cares.
No,
That
she
is
seems
strange.
very excited to see you when we return to Felu.
I'll be sure to visit her before we leave.
All right.
What was the we're still planning to go to Feilu, wait for the portals to open, and then go to Abel, right?
Something
that's
like
still
that. I think they also talk about finding jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Two?
while we were waiting.
Because I will say this that you guys will, your family will know, portals cost to get to places.
Yeah, they
So
do.
you will definitely need jobs.
Hmm.
Need some money.
Yeah. You also will know if I don't know if you caught it party concerned or anything, that the collected people will be gone by the time you guys show up. Even Celestia was kind of surprised, like they lingered there for like basically almost 3 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the captain hasn't been out or about. The last thing that she said, if anybody needs her, she, you know where to find her. But yeah, anything else? Do you want to do anything in these 3 days?
I'm trying to think of if there would be anything other than her just working on the regular jobs. Maybe checking in with the boy and Glenn and just keeping an eye out for the captain. Like, I doubt that she's gonna leave her room, but she would be on the lookout for her just to, have a word and try to
Oh, you
make
can go
sure that
visit
she's
if you want.
okay. Oh, okay. Then she probably, after not seeing her for like the first like day and a half, would probably go and try to find her door and just check to see how she's doing after the whole she's now a goddess thing, and that didn't seem like it sat well with her.
Okay. I would say, because you said that you wanted to find the boy first,
Mm.
he is actually utterly excited. Like after the fight, he's down where the cannons are, cleaning them up, making sure that they are in pristine shape, just in case anything else happens. He's actually pretty excited that this ship is flying instead of being on the sea. So he is, occasionally throughout all of you guys, he's a young boy. He's like, 12, 13 years old, and being on a ship like this, it excite me. And Glenn, he's up in the roosters or the crow's nest, just keeping an eye, even though it's all clouded and stuff. Yeah. Eventually, you go down and you do see her door.
She will go up and knock on the door.
Come in.
Did you say come in or?
Mhm.
Okay.
Come in.
She will open the door and kind of like peek her head in.
You see the captain. She's sitting in her chair. Her boots are on her desk. She's smoking a cigar. You see the undead monkey sitting in a chair with a bowl of fruit, just picking at it.
Undead fruit.
You're not there.
Just wanted to check on you after everything that's happened. Make sure you were okay.
Will you be okay if all of a sudden you become a god?
I think I'd be more confused than anything else. Like, and she kind of gestures at herself. This isn't God material.
There you go. I just been thinking, that's all. After I drop you all off, I have some talks with some people. Hopefully I get my answers. So, this will be interesting.
Anything that we can do?
She puffs on her cigar and she blows out the smoke. She looks to you. Not that I could think of. But I do have a question. Since we all are connected in some way, technically you are a group, do you have a name for yourselves?
I think that's still up in the air. I mentioned a few. Others have their own ideals.
Hmm.
I think the running one were Threads of Fate or something of the like. It's been a while.
You might want to think about that. And name
I didn't quite catch
yourselves.
that.
She says you might want to think about that.
I could read it up to everyone at dinner. See if anyone's settled on anything.
She nods. Is there anything else?
That was mostly it. Didn't seem like you took it very well, and you were there to listen to me, and I figured at the very least, doubt that there's much I can do, but I can listen. Figured I'd at least tell you that.
She looks at you. She sets the cigar down. People are different, as you know. Some pray, some wish, some hope. Hoping that somebody listens, praying to get answers, and wishing that they can have the world at their fingertips. I prayed and hoped and wished. And I didn't wish to have the world at my fingertips. But I wished. And yet none of the gods listened to me. Especially when the first time I died. Yep, that wasn't the only time I died. It's quite interesting out of nowhere. And yet, this is the third time. Feeling myself getting stabbed that many times, falling into the water. I thought that was it. At that moment, I knew the ship would get you guys out. So I closed my eyes, feeling myself adrift. Thought I was going to see the Raven Queen. Never saw her, not even the third time. Nope. Somebody cloaked in darkness. Or wearing something black, I don't know. Telling me again, it's not the time, blah, blah, blah. But now you are awakened. I thought, yeah, okay. And then my eyes opened. I saw Pearl. And then I saw this changed. And she will lift up the necklace and show you the first time you saw it, or a couple of times you saw it. It was more of a makeshift, kind of these different gems kind of put together. No, but this time it's almost like a circle shape. And different colors are mended together. If you think of how an opal looks, but with the red and the blues, the greens, the white, the red, they're all together. I felt a surge of power. In my hand, I had just pieces from that sword. And I stuck it in him. Might be the first time you ever felt pain. And then those three had to show up and ruin it for me. And now I'm a goddess. So I hope I get my answers.
She'll point at the necklace because that's what we were gathering was
Mhm.
for. So all that work for that.
Just molded itself. Made this thing.
I'm glad that we got it all done in time then.
I already tried to fling it out the window 10 times. And it came back.
Keeps coming back.
Yep.
And she kind of scratches the back of her neck a little. And she thinks about everything that the captain has told her about her growing up alone on the island and even the gods not answering when she prayed to them before, or like she gets that impression that she's asked for help from the gods before and got no response.
Mhm.
And she even thinks back to the dream. Can I ask your opinion on something?
Go ahead.
Do you think do you think when the gods don't answer, when not even death comes for you, when they put you through so much hell just to live, do you think that it's because they have something planned? Or are they just messing with you?
She puts her feet down and stands up. If they are messing with me, you start to see the clouds get dark outside. The winds begin to howl. She turns to you and her eyes are glowing. If they are messing with me, they fucked with the wrong person then.
She kind of gestures to the captain. But they had a plan for you. Kind of curious if that's for everyone. Or if I'm just lucky.
She closes her eyes for a moment, taking deep breaths. The clouds begin to be white again. Well, we are all connected, so hopefully I can find the answers then. If not, they will find out. I am the goddess of the sea and storms after all. And people owe me a bunch of favors. She smiles.
You would be the first goddess that I actually like. But don't worry, I won't bother you much.
She smiles. Oddly enough, I can hear people. Maybe they don't realize that there is a goddess out there. But they're small prayers. Basically, some of it's, can I get home in time? I hope. I hope they arrive safely. It's kind of odd because they're praying to something or nothing. Sometimes I can hear them pray to other deities, but it's the sea that they're praying to, or the sky that they're praying to. And I can hear it. I can also hear. She looks out the window. Is there anything else you want to talk to? Because I think I need to leave.
Then don't let me keep you.
She goes to the door window. She opens it. She nods to you and leaps out.
Once she's gone, she'll turn around and step out of the captain's office.
Anything else you want to do?
Nope. And that's pretty much it for the time being.
Okay. So, the third night, here we go. All of you get some rest. There's no dreams. Some of you actually finally get some sleep. The fourth day arrives. You hear the voice. We will be arriving just a little bit after noon. So you have 6 hours or so. That's the captain actually speaking. What are you guys going to do in the 6 hours?
Magpie is going to start going around, uh, saying her goodbyes, seeing how people are doing. Um, I would say she'd be packing up, but she doesn't have anything to pack. Um, but she, like, leaving the room for the last time that morning,
Mhm.
will kind of like rub the doorpost before she leaves and kind of thanks Wind Dancer for understanding, I think. Um, because her living situation's been a little weird, probably. I'm sure that the two of them probably would have had, like, I wouldn't say an argument, but like her not wanting certain things in her room and Wind Dancer trying to, like, figure out what she wanted, sort of thing.
It gets to the point where one dancer does have respect for people and everyone. Yes, probably in the beginning it was like aim to please, but then
Yeah.
once your personality came out, everything starts to adjusting to every
Oh, yeah.
single one of you. So yeah.
Um, I just know that Magpie's really weird. Um,
Mhm.
but you basically like pat the doorpost and thank Wind Dancer for thank you for taking care of us this entire time. Hopefully, it won't be the last time we see you. Take care of the others. I know you'll keep them safe, keep them on their toes. But be safe. And she'll kind of like
Meanwhile,
pat the
Good.
side of the door before she lets go.
Yeah, you as you kind of like start to leave, you and like down the hallway you kind of see like, there's lights and stuff. And one of the lights kind of it's like a lamp, um, kind of move a little bit out of the wall and seems to wave by as it kind of flickers, and then it goes right back into the wall.
You're a good ship.
The light shines brightly.
I'm tearing up saying goodbye to his ship.
Oh, that's canon character. Heyo! Anybody else want to do anything?
I think Victor just starts getting his stuff together.
Yeah, same. Just getting ready to deboard.
At this point, you do see or feel the ship kind of descending.
I think Victor would go look for some grapes out of the
Yeah, I
kitchen.
mean, yeah, you head to the kitchen, you can find grapes.
He's gonna grab a handful of them, and he's just gonna wait up on deck with his stuff and look out for the monkey.
Okay. All right. So you wait out there. Anybody else? Packing your bags? Do you guys leave the room? Say your goodbyes? Anything?
Yeah, Euphemia is doing that and pack up her things and say goodbye.
Okay.
Yeah, Warren just kind of nods at everyone that he sees in recognition. Doesn't really say much.
Okay. That's one by one. You all enter the top deck. Everybody's up there. You do see Dwarf and the Halfling. They don't have their stuff. As now you start to see the sea again. And just a ways away, you see Feilu. Probably less than an hour. Again, you smell the sea, the salt in the air. You hear the seagulls. And then you see the captain. For some reason, she seems a little bit taller. Eyes are glowing bright. She just has a beauty to her. It just seems surreal. She looks to each and one of you. Thank you again. I hope you had a good adventure. Learned some things. Seen some things. And at the end, I didn't even know what happened. I know we will meet again. But be safe. Victor, you still have that sending stone, so keep it close. There's other ways you can contact me. Kinda rolls
Oh,
her
I have
eyes a little bit.
a sending stuff.
Yeah, the sending stone that she's gave you in the temple, the water temple.
Oh shit! Yeah, I do. Okay, I need to remember that. Victor would say, "I really appreciate all the hospitality that was shown. I know we had ups and downs over this adventure, but overall, you took care of us, gave us some gold for the adventure, and it was exhilarating. I wish you personally the best in your figuring out what it means to become a goddess. Thank you again. I appreciate it. And I will keep in contact."
He arches her eyebrow. And she smiles. And in your head, you hear, you can keep the book.
Ah, thank you so much. He would just think that it's helped out a bit. I've been studying it.
Everybody sees her, just nods towards Victor. She looks towards the dwarf and the halfling. Are you staying? Both of them nod. Not every day we get to sail and see the world. Yeah, that was actually really fun. I was really nervous and scared, but if you have us, the captain nods. Captain, as you hear Gail, arriving in 20 minutes. She kind of looks up, and then all of you notice Feilu is not that far. Okay, Wind Dancer. Stop showing off. The Wind Dancer kind of moves back and forth. All of you see Feilu. Memories come back to you all, maybe for different reasons. But over 3 months ago, you all met. And your fate intertwined. You see the docks. And the memories. Welcome back to Feilu. And we're going to end it there. Thank you,
We-
guys.
We did
Takes deep
it.
breath.
Yeah. Back home.
Thank you guys for tonight's game. I hope you all enjoyed it.
Thank you.
And we will see what happens next week. I'm hoping everybody's here
Mhm.
because there's going to be some things happening with jobs. Hopefully, get some monies,
With
golds,
Yes.
job, yes, and
New
probably catch up.
clothes.
New clothes. Need to get that winter.
Yeah, winter gear.
I will say this because when you guys are coming into the docks, it is cold. You feel the chill.
Oh.
And between Vorin and Magpie, you would know that sometimes snow will fall towards here. And as the ship does come up to dock, you do see like a thin layer of ice. So you know it's getting cold over here. Just a very thin layer. It doesn't really affect too much of the sea, but this is what you see. But you do see familiar people. So we'll see what happens.
We shall see.
All right. Have a good night. And I think tomorrow we will have our wonderful thingamabogger. My
Recap.
brain can't. Yeah, thanks. I'm getting sleepy. I work today. So yeah, we'll have a recap. We'll see yeah, what's gonna happen, who's gonna be there, all that wonderful stuff. So catch you tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night.
Night.
Bye.